Hello, welcome back. My name is Brandon, and this is a continuation of my Edgeland actual play. As you can tell, I'm switching it up a little bit. This time I've decided to load everything into Foundry Virtual Tabletop. It comes with this wonderful ability to buy the Forbidden Lands expansion, which comes with all the rules that I needed to roll the dice for Edgeland. It's not fully integrated, so you're going to see like the Forbidden Lands logo and the border and whatnot is all Forbidden Lands too. But, you know, what I mostly need is to be able to read PDFs in one window instead of switching between a bunch of windows, and I need to be able to roll the year zero dice. So far it's working. I also loaded in a module that lets me load PDFs, and so I could add in at least one other book right now, but more will come. I like to use this book called Augmented Reality when I do cyberpunk stuff, and it is by Paul D. Gallagher, and it is probably my favorite cyberpunk random tables book right now. It's just really great work. Anyways, so this is it. Last time we left, I had been working on a character, and here is a form filled out version of that character. It's a little wonky. I need to still work on it a little bit, get rid of this blue, change some of these numbers to be big, but ultimately you can see how it works. I went ahead and assigned new names to some of these things. For instance, the character's name is Tristan Blight. I gave him the handle of Twitch, and I don't think he likes that handle very much. I think it's a name that people gave him because he's a little twitchy. Yeah, I got some misspellings up here, but at least with the form fillable, I can fix them. He's short, dark-haired, and pale. We know he's short because that's his change talent, where he can spend edge to avoid melee damage from those larger than him. That'll come in handy, especially for a blade, which is a weapons person, and he's a very good blade. His species, or his ancestry, also gives him oil shimmering color near his temples on both sides of his head. One thing I don't have that I need to create for this particular instance of Edgeland is a list of like random names for ancestries, because there's going to be a lot. Everybody in this world has a different physical appearance and a look, so I'll be having to randomly roll that or make it up a lot. Anyways, you know, here's the relationships that he has. You can kind of see it hovering over there. And then gear, max chips, magic. I need to figure out how to get a portrait in here, but other than that, it's working pretty good. Now, before we start actually playing the game, there's one other thing we really need to do, and that is finish up detailing the world. And we can do that through play for the most part, notable ancestries and that type of stuff, you know, notable NPCs, that can be all done as we play. But this Edgeland section here, it definitely needs to be filled out, because the Edgeland is very important in the game. It can help you, it cannot help you, it can support you. So we're going to go back into the rules and go down to the Edgeland section right here. I guess it could be a little bigger for you guys to see. And look at this. So we have our Edgeland was rolled to be a mostly hands-off collection of small groups. Edgelands are divided into 6 attributes: territory, resources, defense, tech, sympathy, and population. Each one of those can help you during the game in a different way. So for instance, territory is how you can use it to help you find like a place to lie low or hide. Resources if you need help buying some gear. Defense is if you need like support against violence against you. Tech is if you need help hacking. Sympathy is if you need legal or community or media relations help. And population is if you need to find information or contacts to help you with your missions. So it's very worthwhile to keep track and support your Edgeland. And that's what these rules are for. Now, to start, because this Edgeland is small, and Edgelands will typically start small in this game because the whole point is for you to grow them and be a member of that community. I get to assign 2 attributes a d6. Alright, so I haven't thought much about this, but I kind of want territory to at least be a d6. I think having safe houses are, you know, collection of safe houses in the city is always a good thing to have, in case I need to, you know, get out. And then I think sympathy might be good. I mean, we're in a world where people are not allowed to move throughout the city freely, and they're oppressed by the upper class and the corporate rich class, and yet they're generating most of the wealth through work, labor, and purchasing of goods. So I think a lot of people, especially in the media and the community, really support Edgelanders or people who fall through the cracks. So I think sympathy will probably be my next one. I'm just going to write sympathetic media here. I'll just put communities too, because that's how I kind of view it. And then I will go ahead and type in again that it is a small hands-off collective of Edgelanders who help through blind safe houses in the city. Alright, so there we have our Edgeland. It looks as if it is all done. This is a completely fantasy world. The city's name is Grin. I kind of pictured it, this like downtown skyscraper area that goes on forever, and that is where all the corporate centers are, and it's surrounded by a ring of corporate arcologies, corporate walled neighborhoods, depending on which corporate wants it, and then surrounding that in an outer ring is all the working class neighborhoods, like the, you know, factories and that type of thing. And then mixed in that kind of collage is the abandoned zones or the poverty zones and that type of stuff. But it's all walled or gated or controlled in some way with lots of checkpoints, and you are not allowed to move out of your zone without the proper authority on your pass or applying for temporary permits and that type of thing. So let's just go ahead and roll up the first mission. Now when I'm playing by myself, because there's no game master to tell me what's going to happen, I really have to figure that out on my own. I need to figure it out quick, because, you know, sitting in front of your computer just thinking, well, what will happen, is no fun at all. So there's a couple ways to do it. In Edgeland, there's this nifty little chart here, these charts here. Yep. And they are just like what determining a mission. You know, this one here. Down here, wherever it is. I can just roll on it. D66. Oh, 66. Martel Corporation wants a delivery of passcodes to another corp or corp branch. Ooh, that's a really big mission. So MV is mission value, and that means to solve the mission you have to get 34 mission value points. Now you get them when you explore forward, which I'll explain later. Every time you roll a 6 you get a point. So a very active mission where exploring a lot will get you more, or if you want a long-term mission, then you want a higher MV value. Now I don't want a long-term mission for my solo games, not yet, not until I establish this character and I decide if I like them or love them. So I'm gonna go ahead and reverse that number. Instead of a 61, I'm gonna take a 16. I'm gonna take an MV of 12, and then I'm going to roll once more. But they also only want to pay me 1 gain, which is fine. Now gains in this in Edgeland are how you, I see here's the notes still have Forbidden Lands on it, but whatever. So Martel Corp wants Twist to deliver passcodes to another corp branch. MV 12, gain 1. So how you collect gains, and the more gains you get, and this happens with reputation also, the more gains you get, the closer you get to getting a raise in your die code. So if you only have, like right now I have a D8 in my credit, and if I collect 8 gains it goes up to a D10. I can also try to force it and roll before I get to 8 and see if I can up it ahead of time, but that's a risk and it just depends on how you want to do it. It's all good. Martel Corp. Twist has the job. He's going to do the job because he is poor. He needs the money. And like all good cyberpunk games, or cyber merc games, or cyber anything, for some reason you're working for the man and you're fighting for the man at the same time. I wonder if that's a secret to part of its success. The genre, the hypocrisy there. Although I tend to start there, I oftentimes run my characters into doing things like burning down their own gains just to hurt people in the future.